Welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. We are excited that you are here and joining us today. So let's get this going. Welcome, Dr. Listen, I almost messed that up again. Okay, you have to come off of mute. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Alive with Dr. Megan Bruiners. Did I say that right? Did
You
I say
did,
that?
you did,
Okay,
you
okay, okay.
did.
Dr. Megan Bruiners and myself, like we are here. We're excited to be here with you all today. We ain't gonna be here for a long time, but we're gonna be here for a good time today, this morning, as we come to you and talk to you about something amazing that we are doing. And it's a couple of reasons why we're doing this. And as we're here, as we go live, as we begin to share with you, I'm going to share a number of those reasons why this is important of what we're doing, um, and some other things on why we're doing this, right? And one of the biggest things that I really want us to talk about today, Dr. Megan, is collaboration. Right? I want to talk about collaboration. But before we hop into all of that, let's introduce ourselves to the people.
Let's
Hey, good
do
people.
that. Let's do that. Hello, everyone. We are so excited just to invite you to the Kingdom Author Masterclass. But before we share some details with you guys, we wanted to just share how we met and also the importance of collaboration, kingdom collaboration. Why it's so
Hey,
important for us to complement one another, because we weren't built to build businesses alone. Amen.
amen. Amen. We weren't meant to build it alone. And how many people out here building stuff alone, Jesus? But are you really building? Are you really building, or are you just trying to hold on? Right? Are you really building? It's a lot of times we'll say, oh, yes, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, but you're really not. You're at a standstill. You're still doing the same things over and over and over again. And you do one little extra thing and think like that's a giant move, and it's not. I believe in collaboration. I've been hitting people across the head about collaboration for a very long time, trying to get people to understand that when you work together, you go so much further and you get there faster because you're not just doing it all by yourself. You don't have to try to rely on everything in your head, but now you have a collective of people who want you to succeed, who want the project to succeed. You want them to succeed, and so now you got a lot of success just flying around the air. You can't do anything but be successful, really and truly, when you are collaborating. And so I love a really good collaboration, and that's one of the things that Dr. Megan and I decided to do. um, I don't know if you probably didn't, like some months ago, maybe last year, I put a post out and it was really about collaboration. And it was all about, listen, I like a good collaboration. If you're interested in doing something of impact, doing something that means something to somebody that's actually going to help somebody, let's work together and let's do that thing. Um, and I made a vow to start reaching out to all of y'all. If I haven't gotten to you yet, it's coming. It's a lot of y'all, but I'm getting through it, right? But today, Dr. Megan and I, we have something that we have been working on, and oh my God, I'm excited about it. Um, I want you to put something in the chat if you're joining us today or you're catching the replay. Put it in chat. Let us know. Are you an author? Share the link to your book. Like, we don't mind, right? Share the link to your book. We want to see what is your book about. Like, we want to know all about your book, because today, our conversation today is really about how we are helping authors across the globe gain greater visibility, um, do more impactful work with their written word, right? But also, we want to talk to you about storytelling, because I think that's where we're going to really start today, is on the storytelling part. um I like a good story. I like a good story. And I've been told I can
Totally
tell a
with
good
you.
story.
Totally. Yeah. I know when we met, Tameka, we were like, okay, so I think what you are doing and what I am doing is actually complements, the work that needs to go out there. Because just to be honest with you, I'm very intentional about, who I collaborate with. And because at the end of the day, in the online space, a lot of times it can be so transactional. I'm
Right.
just putting it out
Right.
there.
Mhm.
Especially, and we name things kingdom and we name things Christian based and faith based, like you name it and claim it and all the things, right? But it's important that it's purpose driven. And
Right.
the purpose of it should be to get the author or the next person a result.
Right.
So myself and Tameka, we just put our heads together and we're like, okay, what is it that we can do? We have some very funny behind the scenes moments, which we will definitely be sharing with you as we will be coming live more often, because nothing about building business and pursuing purpose is polished. It's messy, right?
Right.
Giving your yes is messy. And it's not always going to be sunshine and roses. So we know exactly what it feels like when you are writing your story and you're not getting the impact that
Right.
you are looking to get. So myself and Tameka will be helping you in the Author Masterclass. Tameka, do you want to share some more details around that?
Absolutely. So we have an upcoming masterclass. It's called Master Your Story, Maximize Your Impact. And if you have been in the game, if you have been in any kind of webinar, any kind of session, any kind of thing, you may have heard them say, when you know who you are, nobody can take that away from you, right? Nobody can take away your journey, your experiences. And so our masterclass that we are inviting you to, it's all about owning your story, right? It's owning the things that you've gone through, owning the experiences that you've gone through, and only you could have gone through it the way that you did. Like, we all have gone through challenges in life, but how I experienced it may not be the same as you. However, when we are talking to somebody and we're sharing our story, somebody else may get a greater understanding or a deeper appreciation for it because of how you tell your story, right? So the whole goal is for you to own your story, be the owner of who you are, master that thing, so that you begin to share from a space of, you know what, I've gone through this, and this is what I did, this is what I went through, this is how I worked on it, and now this is how I overcame it. You're talking about your transformation. So we want to help you master your story, not all the extra fluff stuff, because you don't need all that, right? You just need to understand how to speak. And, some people are afraid of selling.
Yeah.
I used to always say, I'm not a good salesman. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not good at sales. And all the while I was selling. And it wasn't because I wasn't good at it. It was because I kept saying, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this. And I began to believe that. But it's not
Yeah.
about selling. It's about, how do you share? How do you
Mm.
speak your journey? So it's all
Yeah.
about storytelling. People love a good story. Right, Megan?
Oh, yes, they do. Oh, yes, they do. I mean, I work with authors. My company, we publish authors. And that is, the thing that actually gets them that next opportunity. And I think also what makes us different, Tameka, what we are doing is we're actually helping you to get visible beyond the book launch.
Right.
Because social media, you can't build a community there with that. And we're actually seeing the multiplication of income. You need to do that in a different form. So whether it's coaching, whether it's workshops, or speaking opportunities. Myself and Tameka, we follow that route. So we are bringing our blueprints
Yes.
and our proven frameworks so that you can stop spinning your wheels, right? And get about God's business while building a profitable brand. Because Tameka, I always say you can be anointed and you can be a successful entrepreneur.
Amen. Amen. And listen, for all y'all tuning in, y'all know I can go a mile a minute. And I have been accused of, Tamika, just slow down. Just hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Listen, if you've ever wanted to just stop and take notes, and be able to go back to the thing that Tamika said, this is your opportunity to do that. At the bottom of the screen, you're going to see a link. It's a bit.ly link, bit.ly that slash story impact 2026. And that is to our upcoming 3 day. Listen, y'all, 3 full days. I'm going to share this graphic with y'all. 3 full days of mastering your story, maximizing your impact. And we want you to get in on the early bird rate. We do. We want you to get in on the early bird rate. For general admission is $57. VIP is $125. But that is 3 days of two experts coming in from the beginning to the end of your journey. We're teaching you everything. Even if you have not written a book yet, it is not too late. It is not too late it is not too early for you to get into this masterclass. And it's definitely not too late if you've already written a book. We just really want to help you. And one of the, let's talk about some of the reasons why people don't promote their book, why they aren't selling their books. Like, I really listen. I know, okay, we're not going to be for a long time, but I want to talk about everything. Why are people not selling their books? Why are you not talking about your book? Why are you not promoting your book? Because if you don't promote it, nobody else will, right? Um, a lot of times that comes from fear, the fear of, well, what they going to say, the fear of, they think I do too much. And so what is yours? And if they don't want to tune into you, they don't have to come on your page. Like, if we're going to keep it 100, right? There's nothing wrong with promoting your work of art. And I call each book that we do, I call it a masterpiece because it's a piece of who we are, who we were created to be, and we're pushing it, we're ushering it into the world. So it's a piece of you. And so we want to help you, one, master your story, but also maximize your impact. So, Megan, Dr. Megan, let's talk about impact. What does impact look like for an author?
I think definitely, the getting seen and the getting visible part is connected to the impact. So if we aren't getting visible and if we're not being seen by the person that God assigned to us, right, whichever that looks like, whether it's high achieving woman, whether it's men's leaders, whoever your audience is. So if we aren't going live, if we're not starting the podcast, if we're not starting the TV show, a lot of times it can be like big things we'll be thinking, okay, but can I do that? And we're asking the
Right,
wrong question. It's not about can I do that? It is, what are you waiting for? Because that very moment, that platform, that is actually connected to, who God has created you to be. I know when I wrote my book, Unlock Describing You, there was a chapter where I said, okay, I'm going to start a podcast. Almost a year went by. And then God is like, okay, you said what? Why haven't you started the podcast yet? I'm like,
right,
okay, please forgive me, Lord. And the moment I stepped out in obedience, everything else fell into place. He knows what he's doing. He
right,
knows us better than we know. We think we know ourselves. So
right.
I would just say be obedient, finish the book, launch the book, but also invest the time in marketing, invest the time in getting visible because there's going to be an investment attached to that because I don't know about you, Tameka, but I'm done doing the free masterclasses or free workshops because how many of those things do we actually implement?
Mm-mm. Nothing. You know, here's the thing. I've heard a statement that when you pay attention, right? And a lot of times people show up for all of these free courses, these free webinars, and all things free because they want to get this piece of that piece. And you're not really realizing that behind the scenes, there's a lot more that's happening that you don't even understand. There's a lot more that's been pieced together that you still won't understand or won't know to do. And so getting in a room where you have access to Dr. Megan Brainers, okay? Oh, I almost messed your name up again. But getting in a room with Dr. Megan, she's going to talk to you about your storytelling, how to do this, how to write, how to to talk about it, how to pour it out and put it on paper so that you can publish something that you're proud of, something that you can and you want to let the world know about, right? She's going to talk to you about what does publishing look like, what are some things that you should be doing, what are some things that you should not do. It's all good and dandy where you can go online, you can say, okay, do this and do this, but what are the things that you should not do that's going to cause you to take a step back? That's what you're not understanding, that's what you're not seeing. Dr. Brandon comes with years of experience. This is not something that she's new, she's true to this, okay? And so I want you all to get in the room and get all of the knowledge that you can. And you can do that. If you see that link at the bottom, bit.ly/story impact 2026, y'all go ahead on and do that. I'm going to put it here in the comments as well because I want you to be able to just click on it and go to it, to allow yourself to get in the room. And then I am excited to talk about, how to take your book from being a book to becoming a brand, to being a part of your brand, creating streams, income streams from your story, right? It's not just a book, it's your story. It is how you are able to show up and make the impact, the ultimate impact. And then on day 3, I'm so excited. Again, I told y'all this is a 3-day event, June 23rd through the 25th. This is a 3-day event, but on the 25th, oh my God, on day 3, we are doing an implementation lab where we're actually going to do everything that we're talking and teaching on the first 2 days. We're going to do that for one amazing author in the room. One of our VIPs, they will have an opportunity to have everything built for them. And I mean, from helping you to tell your story when you speak, pitch your story, but also creating the behind the scenes and what does that look like. So a book funnel, so the visibility options and all the different marketing opportunities that you may have that you don't even think about how would I set that up and create something. We're creating your system. We
Yeah.
are creating your author system. And so I'm excited. I truly am excited. And I wanted to share something with y'all. I wanted to share the landing page. Can I share that right now,
Mm-hmm.
Megan?
Yeah,
All right.
just share it.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to share the landing page. So when you go to bit.ly/story impact 2026, you're going to come across our landing page. Ain't that pretty? So master your story, maximize your impact. A lot of times when we write our story, we think, okay, that's it. I'm done. No, you're just beginning. You're done with the writing, but now the fun part begins where you just get to talk and share and be a part of this experience of letting other people into your journey, into your life, into your story, right? So when you get here, you'll see, more information about why this is and the things that nobody tells you, right? Nobody tells you that you should be doing, and how you should do it. But again, this is 3 days, June 23rd through the 25th, 3 days of amazing information, amazing strategies, amazing conversations and connections, right? Y'all see them beautiful ladies? Because why not? But you'll get a chance to read more about Dr. Megan as well as myself, to learn more about who we are and what it is that we're doing. But here's the big piece. Oh my gosh, I think this is what most webinars, most masterclasses, most courses, most anything they miss. They miss the mindset part,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? I think anything that we do, we should always include and talk about having the right mindset going into a thing. You got anything you want to say about that, Dr. Megan?
So we are kicking off the masterclass. Before we even start day 1, we're having a orientation and mindset call. So we're making sure that whatever you will be receiving, whatever we will be imparting to you over those 3 days, that it falls on fruitful ground and that you actually use it as a seed. So by
Yeah.
the end of day 3, you'll actually be able to implement and see results on the 3-day live call. So during the orientation, we will be able just to run you through, what will be happening over the 3 days. But it's also going to be a training which we will be doing with you. So it's an additional day, of course, making sure that you're renewing your mind and making sure that you are positioned for breakthrough over those 3 days. So we have an orientation call. So it's actually just an additional day, and then we start the 3-day live masterclass the day after. So the orientation call is June 22nd.
Absolutely. June 22nd, y'all want to be in the room. I promise you. You want to be in the room and be set up for the next 3 days that we'll be together. And then here's the thing, there's 2 ways to secure your seats. You can either go the general admission route or you can go the VIP route, right? And I do know that when you're investing at a higher level, you expect a lot more, right? But we're not just throwing some crap together. Like, this is very intentional. This is what we know for sure that you would need to be successful as an author who has written a book. You may not have a business, or you may. And if you do, great. This becomes a part of your business. And if not, this could be the launch of your business, right? But as you can see here, like I can zoom in a little bit just to make it easy for everybody to see. We have VIP. I'm sorry. We have general admission. You get access to all 3 days. You get live access to our activation call on the mindset on June 22. But you also have 24-hour limited access to um, the replays. 24 hours. You only get 24 hours, right? But we're gonna make sure you enjoy the experience while you're there. VIP, listen, this is you're getting all of this. You're getting access to everything. You're getting lifetime replays. We also have our welcome video that you'll receive earlier before we even begin inside our private VIP community. Listen, you get access to all 3 days, lifetime recordings, priority consideration for our hot seat coaching on day 3. Listen, that right there on implementation day, you want to be in the room for that. You also go get a VIP author swag bag because why not? um, Podcast interviews on both of our podcasts because one episode takes you a lifetime. People are always listening to amazing podcasts and they're listening to our podcast. So why not? Why not? And you'll also get your VIP bonus day on day 3, where we will have a separate hour where it's for VIPs to ask any of those burning questions that you still have to make sure that when you leave from us, you leave well prepared, you leave with a whole system, and you're ready to go. You'll also have access to the Wealthy Kingdom Author Vaults, right? That is full, okay, full of amazing goodies that Dr. Megan has created for us. All right. Well, she actually has this. Dr. Megan, can you talk a little bit about the Wealthy Kingdom Author Vault?
So those are just going to be additional resources. I think Tameka, you can definitely. I know you've got some high value content there as well that would bless the authors. But basically, what you'll be receiving, you'll receive digital downloads like bundles that will just add on to the experience. You will include the Unlock the Scribe in You PDF digital, and then we've also created a Kingdom Author expansion bonus. So you have to sign up to see what that is.
Okay, so
Yeah.
listen. Okay, before we go too far, because I'm excited. So we want you all to make sure that you're able to join us. Right now, early bird is $57 for general admission, and it's 125 for VIP. We have multiple ways for you to get into the room. Okay, you can we just need you in the room because we want you to become the author that you've always dreamed of becoming. That's why we did this collaboration. We saw a need of there are so many authors that have written books and written more books and written more books, and they're just collecting dust on the shelf, really. They're not doing anything, they're not talking about them, they're not promoting them. They don't know exactly what to do to get their book into the hands of others, and that's why this collaboration exists. We're taking you, as Dr. Megan said, beyond the book launch. We're taking you from just writing and releasing it and uploading it and publishing it to now, let's take this thing on the road, the international road, and let's make sure that people are able to experience our story. They're able to
Yeah.
experience our transformation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tameka, I've seen just so many high achieving women that have written the book. And then after that, there's no funnel, there's no systems in place that could actually pay them. Because if we are writing books and we are publishing it, obviously there's money that goes into it. And we
Right,
want to see our ROI. And we won't be able to see the return of investment if we are just posting our book links on social media.
right,
So
right,
the best way to do that, we're going to be talking about what that looks like, why a funnel is important, why you actually need to have an author system in place. So this is not just fluff. It's actually a plug and play where you can say, okay, you can do like a process of elimination. Okay, this is why this isn't working. Okay, this is what I
mhm,
should be doing differently. So during the implementation lab on day 3, we're actually going to go through that. And even though we're going to be choosing one person, one VIP upgrade to be able to hot seat coach them, if you are in the room, you'll actually be able to say, okay, this is why this isn't working. So I think that is definitely going to be powerful because you're actually going to see, okay, this is a system that works. This is how I can actually implement the system to something that I haven't created yet, or we can for sure, let you know what next steps for you should be, because there's a lot of authors that's sitting with books upon books at home. They buy it wholesale, whether it's
Mhm.
multi-author books, whether it's solo books, and then they don't know what to do with the book.
Right.
Because let's face it, if we're saying buy my book on Amazon, that is not a marketing strategy, right? And
Mhm.
Amazon takes your royalties. That's not why you wrote the book, to get like royalties from it. So we show you
Right.
the strategy so that you can multiply not just the income, but also impact and influence as well.
I love this. I'm just going to share this one more time, y'all. Listen, master your story, maximize your impact. This is the masterclass for authors in 2026. You don't want to miss out. Right now, until Friday, April 24th, we have early bird rates. General admission $57, VIP 125. I promise you, you don't want to miss this. If you know anything about Dr. Megan, if you know anything about me, we go in, okay?
All the
I
way.
I share everything that I know, and I make sure that you understand it. We break it down and simplify the process so that anybody can walk away understanding exactly what they should do and how they should do it. And I believe that on day 3, with us doing the hot seat coaching, it's going to show you. It's going to show you, right? It's going to show you the how, the why, the when, the where, and help you understand your why a little bit better. Help you be
Mhm,
able to promote and market your why. Why did you write your book? Why did you
mhm.
share what you shared?
Yeah.
Um, so again, thank you all. Thank you all for tuning in with us today. Again, we've been here a little over 25 minutes. I'm sorry, y'all. I said we're gonna be here for a long time, but here's the thing: we want you all in the room. So bit.ly/story impact 2026. We'll put it in the caption to make sure that you can click on it and get there. We want to see you in the room. We want to help you become the author that you wanted to become here in 2026, right? So, Dr. Megan, any last words before we wrap up?
Room, and once you say yes, we're going to be creating a community, so you won't be doing this alone. You'll also be able to connect with thought leaders and like-minded authors from across the globe. So I look forward to seeing
Absolutely.
you in that room. So general $57, VIP 125. April 24th, it's gone. It will go up to $97 for VIP and $197 for, I'm sorry, that's $97 for general and $197 for VIP.
Absolutely. So right now is the time to get in the room. And I'm going to leave y'all with in advance. I thank you for your yes. Thank you for your yes to you, your yes to your story, your yes to your impact, and your yes to helping the world just do something better because of you. Thank you. We appreciate y'all.
See you in the room.